Nobody seems to be noticing what is currently happening to crude oil, as those indicators right here are currently signaling a recession warning. And so to understand the latest price action here at crude oil, in today's video we take a look at the most important technicals, fundamentals and also macroeconomics of this commodity. We have recently seen that volume delta has been going back to neutral levels. We've also seen that a breakout to the downside here at the RSI, and that could actually signal structural weakness here at crude oil. If you have a look at the hourly chart, you do see we're currently retesting not only this support level at around $62 per barrel, we are also retesting this upwards trend line, this blue trend line here. And that obviously would suggest if we do see a bearish breakout here, that could actually unfold in a deeper bearish correction. However, if we do see a bullish breakout to the upside, we could see that continue for quite a while. But to actually understand whether the upside or downside potential is currently bigger here at crude oil, in today's video we take a look at the most important fundamentals and also macroeconomics, because those are the main drivers of this commodity. If you have a look at the overnight repurchase agreements at the repo market, you do see that we have seen some Fed liquidity injections in recent months. And if you have a look at it empirically, you do see that that actually preceded many bigger recessions in the past. For example, the great financial crisis and also the COVID crash. And whenever you do see that actually happening, that seems to tell you that there is liquidity weakness, that you tend to see liquidity problems, because otherwise there would not be the need for those liquidity injections. And that is why we like to take a look at those repo market purchases by the Fed, because they always show you underlying weaknesses. But if you have a look at the broader historical cycles here at crude oil on the weekly chart, you do really understand those cycles even more. And if you don't want to miss that analysis of those cycles in the future months, please make sure to subscribe to our channel and like the video so you don't miss those videos. And also make sure to join our Discord server, which is also linked down below. If you have any further questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comments, and also a like would be a pleasure to us at Chronos. Now let's have a look at the crude oil chart here. You do see that those last few crashes that we've witnessed here at crude oil actually coincided with certain things happening to the copper to gold ratio. Whenever you do see that kind of divergence, or when you do see that the copper to gold ratio is actually weakening, that actually signals underlying weaknesses, because whenever copper is actually weakening against gold, that really illustrates a flight to safety. We've seen that happening before many of those massive sell-offs that we've seen happening to crude oil, not only here in 28 or in 27, but also here to those previous crashes in 2014 and 2015, and also here in 2019. And we are currently seeing exactly that happening again. And so that's really important, because that historically and empirically always coincided to bigger market corrections here at crude oil. And to really understand those shifts, we like to take a look at other indicators that have also fired and also signaled those previous crashes. For example, the DXY. Historically, the DXY actually reversed when those crashes happened because of the deflationary nature of those crashes. For example, here in 26, in 27 and in 28, before the great financial crisis, we've seen that weakening trend at the DXY. But when that actually returned, when we've actually seen that reversal, when we've seen the crash happening, that actually coincided to the DXY strengthening. We've seen that happen so many times now, where a weakening trend actually reversed to a strengthening trend, which coincided to a massive downward trend or a massive sell-off, or maybe even a massive crash at crude oil. We've seen that happen here previous to the great financial crisis, also here in 2014, also here in 2020, quite similar things happened, even though that has more or less been a flash crash. But as we are currently seeing the dollar being quite weak, we've seen that massive weakening trend. We are currently retesting the trend line, the blue trend line here, that historically marked a lot of reversals here. And so that really shows you underlying problems and also gives you that evidence that we might see a reversal happening next to the DXY. Now let's have a look at the gold to silver ratio, which is obviously showing quite similar things to the copper to gold ratio. Now obviously gold is not on this secondary position but on the first one, and so obviously you tend to see those massive surges to the upside because gold is strengthening relative to silver. We've also seen that marking massive sell-offs here at crude oil. Um, and obviously, as you may already see, we are currently seeing history repeat itself. We have seen that massive downward trend, and we have seen that massive reversal at the gold to silver ratio. And obviously, empirically seen and historically seen, from this viewpoint, if we now see that continue here at the gold to silver ratio, if we in fact see a reversal here at the DXY, and concerning this bearish trend at the copper to gold ratio, that would suggest history repeats itself and that we do see that the end of this cycle is actually happening via a massive crash here at crude oil, as we've seen it happen here empirically. And you do see that this is something that just naturally occurs because of the nature of the system where credit is actually expanding and contracting. And as we do come to the end of this business cycle, we do see that history is about to repeat itself. And that's our viewpoint here at Chronos. Obviously, if you have a look at the daily chart again, that bullish trend can continue for quite a while. We have now just assessed the broader historical viewpoint that we at Chronos have. If you have a look at this upward trend, if we do see a bullish reversal to the upside here in the next few days and weeks, that could actually signal that this trend could actually continue, especially if we break above those important levels at around $65 per barrel. Those are obviously really important resistance levels. And what we're currently seeing is a really important retest. And if this is obviously ending in a invalidation of this support here, this yellow and this blue trend line, if this is actually not about to be a breakout to the upside, it is about to be a breakout to the downside. We might see a massive crash happening if we do see those levels being invalidated. And so if you don't want to miss those update videos that we're about to do on those technicals, fundamentals, and also macroeconomics of this commodity of crude oil, don't make the mistake to not follow us. Don't make the mistake to not subscribe to our channel, and so you don't miss those important update videos. Thanks for your support. See you the next time. Bye bye.